Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Gorski back, and I'm bringing you another video that's going to help us match shapes today. Now, the other day, I brought you one that was matching buttons. And if you remember the different types of ways that we were matching those buttons, maybe could have been by their color, it could have been by their shape, it could have been by the amount of sides that they had or the little curves that they had. It could have been the amount of holes that they had. So we were grouping those buttons by all different ways, different characteristics. So today we are going to look at another activity, and that activity is called attribute block matchup. So basically what that means is an attribute is the way something can look. So if I was to describe attributes about myself, I could say I'm a girl, because you could see I'm a girl. I have brown hair. My hair is short. I am a short person. So there are different things about me that you could physically see that can describe me. So if I were to describe the shapes that I have in front of me here, let's just talk about their names first, because some of the shapes you might know, some of the shapes you might not. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this shape. This is a circle. Circles have no sides at all. It's one big curve. Then we're going to go into this shape. He is a hexagon. Hexagons have 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next one is a triangle. Triangles have 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. This one is a rectangle. Rectangles have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one is a square. Squares also have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like a rectangle. Except when you look at a square versus a rectangle, the sides of a square are all exactly the same. When you look at a rectangle, 2 sides are longer and 2 sides are shorter. Okay? Now, we could talk about these shapes as just describing their name. They're all different because they all have different names, okay? Now, when we look a little bit more into these shapes, you're going to notice that I have some smaller versions of them. Here's my big version. Here's my small version of a circle, small version of a hexagon, small version of a triangle, small of a rectangle, and small of a square. Now I'm going to take you into talking about a little bit more when it comes to, I'm going to lift this up a little bit, and you're going to notice that this shape is not only big, but it is also a little on the thick side. When I pick up the small version of it, you're going to notice that it's small, but it is also thin. So we talked about a few ways right now. We talked about the shape name. We talked about there are big versions and little versions. We talked about now that there are thick versions and thin ones. Now we also have different colors too. We can't always forget about the colors. We have yellow, red, blue, yellow again, and red again. Now, let me bring another small version, but the small versions can also be thick. This is a small version of a circle, but they could be thick. Let me also bring you a big version of a circle, but they could also be thin too. So when we start matching these, we're going to be matching by different attributes, different ways. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause my video and I'm going to bring you two shapes, put them together, and we're going to figure out how they match up. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, boys and girls, so now I'm bringing you two circles. One is red and one is blue. Let's take a look at their sizes. If you're looking, they are both circles. They are both big. Now, but when you look, the red one is thin, but the blue one is thick. But we could still say they match though, because they are both circles and they are both big. Okay, so let me bring you another set. Okay, so now I have another set here. Taking a look at their sizes, they are both small. Here is a hexagon. Here is a triangle. They are both yellow and they are both thick. So there's a couple ways that we could actually match these particular ones. Now, they're not necessarily the same shape, obviously, but they both have the same color. They are both the same size, and they both have the same thickness. So there's three ways how they are the same. Okay, now I have another set. Looking at my sizes, ooh, one is big, one is little. Are they the same shape? Nope. Are they the same size as I just showed you? Nope. Are they the same color? Nope. Now, but how are these the same? Well, if you look, they are both thick. So you could have two shapes that come together with only one thing in common, and it was their thickness here. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back again. Let's take a look at our two shapes. Well, they're definitely not the same shape. I have a circle and a rectangle. Let's take a look at their size. One is big, one is small. Let's take a look at their thickness. One is thick, the other is thin. But there is one way that these are exactly the same. I wonder if you know what that could be. If you said color, you're absolutely right, because both of them are red. So even though there's not anything the same about them in other ways, they're definitely the same by color. So they would definitely match. Okay, let's try one more way. Okay, now what I have here, I have two squares. They are both the same shape, square, square. If I look at them, they are both the same size because they are both small. But if I look at their thickness, one is thin, one is thick. So we can't say they're the same there. Are they the same color? Nope, because one is yellow and one is red. So the only way that these two are the same is because they are both the same shape and they are both the same size. Now, maybe at home you could practice some of these ideas, maybe with some additional blocks at home. Just like when we were talking about my other video with the button match, you could match blocks at home, maybe Legos, maybe your building blocks by same attributes as well. So maybe you could find some tips and tricks in order to make some of your matching ideas at home. So I really hope you like this little activity, and I will be talking to you again soon. Bye, everybody.